Greetings of the day, my fellow listeners, and welcome to another edition of Building Better Businesses. I am your host, Steve Eschbach. I own a business here in Naperville, Illinois called Transworld Business Advisors. I like to characterize my business as helping business owners realize their dreams, and you can do it a number of ways. You could either do it by exiting your business and receiving top dollar. You can do it by expanding your business through acquisition, maybe acquiring another entity that's either up your alley or maybe sidebar to what you're doing. Thirdly and fourthly, we do franchise sales and we do franchise development. Franchise sales, meaning if you are a business owner is looking to acquire a franchise, it can help you there. Similarly, if you are a business owner and you're looking to franchise your operations, we have a way we can help you do that. Everything from all the paperwork from franchise disclosure documents to franchise agreements to getting your place located, marketing, etc. So that's how I characterize my business as helping business owners realize your dreams. Transworld Business Advisors is the fastest growing business brokerage firm in the world. We have about 8 offices here in Chicagoland. There's well over 200 globally, and we have been around for 40 years and in Chicagoland for the better part of the last 10. And we're excited to be here, a part of Naperville. And I'm delighted to have today a guest, one of my referral networking group partners, Phil Ramos. He owns a company called Office Furniture Solutions, and it's a delight to have you here. Hey, Phil. And he said it's okay. I can call him Furniture Phil. So I'll call you that to begin with. We'll go back to Phil after that. So, Phil, welcome to the program and tell us a little bit about the business you have here in Naperville.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, so I'm Phil Ramos. I own and operate Office Furniture Solutions based in Naperville on Ogden Avenue. So we service, we're full service office furniture dealer. We service anything from a small business to a medium-sized business and even home offices with new, used, and refurbished office furniture. We've helped transform thousands of offices across the country. Not only do we work in the Chicagoland area, we also have some national accounts. Our showrooms on Ogden Avenue. We have interior design services and space planning. So it's really a full spectrum of beginning to end of your space plan and design and furnishing your office.
Well, it sounds like you do a little bit more than office furniture, and that's good to know. We're going to get more into that a little bit more in the program here, but tell us a little bit about how you got started with Office Furniture Solutions and what got you involved in the business that you're in.
Yeah, so really, it's kind of happened by chance. I needed a job. I was working and living in the city, working restaurants and different things. I was young, and then my mom and dad got divorced, and I needed to move back in with my mom. I moved back to the burbs. I had sold cell phones for a few years and was in sales. So I went and I got a job at US Cellular. They hired me to run a store. And I was supposed to start like Tuesday. Monday, the news came out and US Cellular was bought by Sprint. And the guy called me and said, "Hey, man, I don't know if you're going to, I'd love to have you here, but I don't know if you're going to have a job. I don't know if I'm going to have a store." So I had applied at Office Furniture Solutions. And I said, you know what, I'll go back for the interview and check it out. I don't know anything about office furniture. I didn't know it was an industry. I was 22, 23 years old. And got the job and started in sales and loved it, really loved the idea of what I did. Loved the fact that it was sales, but it was also I could be creative and designing an office. And making a deal, especially when you got into the use, it was always like, all right, let's see what I can do for a customer within their budget and make it look really nice. And so I started there as a sales rep, worked my way up, and grew the business. Hired a designer, put in some processes in place that didn't exist, and ended up having the opportunity to buy it and accomplish that dream that I had of being a small business owner.
So it sounds like you had a little bit of a pivot in your earlier part of your career that kind of introduced you to the opportunity. We're going to talk a little bit more about that shortly, but what I like to do with my guests on my program is to kind of rewind the videotape a little bit. Let's go back to your early childhood and what were your interests back then? Did you ever think you would be owning an office furniture store? So what were your likes, dislikes when you were growing up?
Well, I was into sports, really big into, football mostly and basketball. Um, and I was always trying to be out running around, early on. I didn't have too much, direction in terms of what exactly I wanted to do. I was interested in business. I had some got into a little bit of trouble early on and had to deal with it as a kid. 17-year-old, with not too much going on. And but I knew sales was something that I wanted to do once I got into that. I knew it was something that if you could be honest with people and really listen to them to see what they needed and have a good product, that you could be very successful with or without a degree. I didn't go to college or anything like this, but I was able to just kind of learn from other small businesses. I didn't really believe that I was, I didn't know that I was going to own an office furniture company. I didn't even know those existed, but I had worked for other small businesses in the past and really kind of liked that idea of a smaller, tight knit family, different, ownership of something that I had myself, and having a closer relationship with those employees that you work with.
So you've owned your business now, I think you said for 8 years, is that right?
2018 was so that's 6 years for Office Furniture Solutions, and I've had leading up to that. So I worked for Office Furniture Solutions prior, so that's been going on 11 years. So worked there for 3 years, and then bought it in 2018.
So tell us a little bit about how your business has evolved since you've owned it. So I think I heard you earlier on talk about you have an interior designer, which I think is related to the office furniture. I don't know if you do anything other than office furniture design, but how has your business evolved since you acquired it a few years back? So it sounds like it has expanded a little bit. I would imagine your business sales and profits have expanded over time. How has that changed you in your ownership and how you engage your team to get you to where you are today?
Sure. So early on, it was while I worked there, we brought in the designer and started to implement more of a design approach to furnishing an office. Um, and 2 years ago, I was able to purchase an installation company, moving an installation company. Excuse me. So that allowed us to have a little bit more control over the used product that we brought in on decommissions. So, big thing, we had to deal with COVID, right? So
Yeah.
there weren't too many new office projects going on. So we had to be particular with the product we were bringing in on a decommission, because all these, now it's offices aren't going in, but people are leaving the office to go work from home. So we were able to capitalize on used office chairs. So we had a lot of really good used office chairs, and it was like people that worked in an office, they knew that I sat in a steel case chair or a Herman Miller chair, and it was comfortable at home. And now I'm sitting at my dining room chair, and my back hurts. And so I went on Facebook Marketplace and just started, posting some of the chairs that we had, and that was where people were looking for chairs. They were looking at a store, but they weren't sure. I'm sure that if the store was open, right? So they didn't know if, yeah, there's a used office furniture store, but it's COVID, so I'm gonna go on Marketplace, and they found us, and that was a way that we were able to keep our business going, and that was through the decommission of other offices that were closing down. So it became revenue source for us to go out, take down the furniture, recycle, get rid of the old stuff that nobody wants, and then keep and clean up and refurbish the stuff that people will want, the good chairs, and things like that. So having that installation company, we're able to be a little bit more picky on what we bring in and have a better inventory of used products for end users.
So you talked a little bit about, I think you have a store presence on Ogden Avenue here in Naperville, but sounds like you do some of your sales on either social media, Facebook or whatever. How has that evolved over time? I got to imagine that prior to COVID, things were kind of like traditional. And then COVID hit, and you were talking about some people were getting a little concerned that the dining room chair was not quite the office chair environment that they had. Started getting your business on Facebook. How has that now evolved? Are you seeing that more of your business is coming through online or social media or Facebook? Do you have a lot of people dropping into your physical store? How has that evolved over time? And do you see any different trends going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. Google was always a big driver, and it still is. That people look for a certain uh, product, and they might find us and come in. I mean, we really like. E-commerce is nice, and but when you're dealing with office chairs, when you're dealing with something that you have to assemble to then feel and sit in and try, you really got to try it out, and that's where our showroom comes into play. It's such a hassle if you buy a chair online, you put it together, now you got to send it back. I got to take it apart. I really don't even know if we have a hard time ourselves taking chairs apart, and when we have to refurbish them. Typical, work from home mom or a man, that buys a couple chairs, for his office, that never took a chair apart. Now you got to take it apart to try to send it back because it doesn't fit. So we like to have people come in. Well, people stopped coming in as much during COVID, and people still will shop online and do that, and that's fine if it works for you. But having people come into the store is important for us to try it out. A lot of our chairs are ergonomic. They got different settings and different functions that'll fit different size people. If you're 6'3", you're not going to sit in the same type of chair and be comfortable as somebody who's 5'9". And so our chairs allowed for that different type of body type. Then you can come in and try it. So they've found us now. When you think of used, with the explosion of, it used to be Craigslist. People don't really go on there anymore, but Facebook Marketplace, offer up, when you're dealing in used, it's really where people are looking. And I've met different business owners that are, buying stuff for some big, well-known businesses out there that have ads on TV, and they're looking to save a few dollars. So they're looking for a used cubicle on Marketplace. They're looking for a used chair, and I've been able to take a couple chairs that someone might be looking for, or something that I post, and turn it into whole office designs. And next thing you know, it's a client, and it's a lasting, long-term relationship for somebody. And it's really cool. And maybe that lends back to the personability of, it's Facebook, it's social media, right? But you really are dealing with a real person. It's actually my, account, and we have a business account too. But I think maybe that helps with people knowing that they're dealing with somebody, and they know who they are, versus you're just calling a company. You don't even know if they
Right.
exist or
Right.
what.
So one of the things I'm hearing from you too, over the course of your owning your store, that you kind of evolved to where you now have an interior designer. So that assists, I'm sure, with your customers and what to buy and where to put it in their shop. And then secondly, I heard you say you have an installation and delivery company. Sounds like that was another add-on. So basically, you're expanding your operations in related fields that enhance your office furniture solutions mainstay. Is that kind of correct?
Yes. Yep. That's what we're doing, and it's allowed us to be able to manage larger projects, and just help customers be more satisfied. When you have the installation company, when something goes wrong with, we've had customers who bought entire floors of furniture and not passed inspection, and and that's always an issue, right? Where it can happen, but luckily we're able to be flexible and fluid and move uh, their product safe. It came in, it's ready to go when they're ready. But to be able to do that for them, and that product was, that area was designed very well because we spent time in those consultations, picking out the finishes, the fabrics, making sure they coordinate with the floor, the paint on the walls, art, all this we could really put into a complete package and present to clients. And I think that lends a very great buying experience for somebody who wants an office to look well designed and to be really functional and efficient.
So it sounds like you have a process. So if a brand new customer is coming in, so there you are at your desk, and let's say a new customer comes in, how do you go about finding out what it is that's going to satisfy their needs? So new customer comes in, let's say it's a brand new multiple room office or something like that. How do you go through a customer introduction to eventually getting the product to their new office? How does that go about?
Sure. Well, sometimes they're dealing with an architect, sometimes they're not. If they are dealing with an architect, and we know some good ones in the area, if they're working on a new build, a lot of times there'll be a floor plan of some sort. Customer will come in and let us know, hey, I have this office. It needs to be designed X this way. The architects did this with our design, and we don't know if we like it. It's just kind of a 2D space plan. Maybe they like some aspects about it, maybe they don't. We'll sit down with a free consultation, either a sales rep and the designer, or just the designer, and listen to them, listen to their needs. Take a look at that space plan. If they don't have the space plan, we go out for free. We measure. We verify all the measurements, and then find out how they work, what it is that they do, listen to what their needs are. If they have a current office, figure out what the storage looks like, find out how their team works. If they like to collaborate, do they need more huddle rooms where they get together, more common area places where people get together to meet? Do they need more privacy, taller walls with their cubicles? So we just kind of talk about all of that, and bring in the lighting and workflow into account. Design it, get a 2D and 3D design. We create renderings with our software, make it look real pretty so you know what it is you're getting in your space. So whether we take it to the carpet and wall and art, all combined, or we're just looking at furniture, we could really go a couple different ways. And I like to present a couple different options. We're creative not only in how we design the space, but also in how we present the pricing package, because we have the use and we have a lot of different vendors. We can blend those together. So if we have to get aggressive on pricing, we can do that sort of thing. Save customers money.
So I'm hearing a little bit that you may do just more than furniture. I heard carpet, I heard paintings, I heard wall decoration. Is that something that you do with your
So
office? You
we
partner with?
we have partners in those fields, as far as the commercial carpet and the paint. So sometimes it helps our clients if we just put it on one bill, and but that's usually going to a subcontractor for
Yep.
that sort of thing. But we have some really great contractors that we work with that specialize in commercial, and when we do it, our project management side of things, that team controls it. So you're not dealing with, trying to call the carpet guy and then the furniture guy and then the painter. We sort of act as a GC, so to speak, when we can bring it in all together. And our project management team deals with that. So the furniture guys know when the carpet guys are coming. They know when the
Right.
painters,
Right.
and then everything kind of goes together without a hitch, right?
Yeah. So you're sort of a one-stop shop, if you will. So, and and I also think I heard you say too, it's not just office building, it's also home office too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Home office. We work with a home office. We'll help design it. We have some nice traditional furniture. If you're looking for that, if you're looking for modern, it's really all the way. Uh, you know, the whole spectrum. A lot of what we have is it's commercial,
Yep.
so we're not going to compete if you need just like just a little small desk for a son or daughter. Maybe we have it, maybe we don't. But a lot of what we have there, if they're growing out of it, that sort of thing, we don't have that. Little very small desks. We have some of that, but we're really into the if somebody truly has a home office, um, we're going to design that, and yeah, and then chairs too. Everybody needs a chair to
I
sit
do.
in, so um,
Absolutely.
we're always
So,
open.
so you and I are both members of the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce, and we're on a
Yep.
referral network team. From your perspective, Phil, how do you view the Naperville Chamber in helping you and helping others in your business philosophy and your business interaction? What is the chamber, or how being involved in the chamber has helped you out over time?
The chamber's been great. I've been able to develop some really nice business relationships, friendships. I've met some really brilliant people that I don't think I would have met had I not joined. Um, and so it's been beneficial to me in that way. And of course, you look at we're in networking, so it's about bringing in sales, right? Also, so I've been able to acquire some customers. I've been able to become customers of some really great businesses. So that whole networking has been great. I don't think I have not seen a chamber more involved than what Naperville does. We were able to before I met you, Steve. We were able to put on a fundraiser for the Alive Center. That was great. Um, really fun. It was like an office chair Olympics, we called it, and it was a bunch of like relay races in office chairs and some different things. And we were able to raise money for them, and you see a lot of that going on within the chamber, supporting
Yeah.
nonprofits, supporting other businesses. It's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of the things I can add to that too is that the chamber is there as a vital resource for its business owner members, but it does a tremendous amount of work also for the local area nonprofits and the other that are not, technically businesses, but there's so much to offer in Naperville that you connect everything together, the nonprofits, what's available in the community, and then you and I as business owners are able to take advantage of all that we have there in the area. So that's all good.
absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah,
we're
really
we're
cool.
approaching our time limit here, Phil, and we did have a lot to talk about here. Is there anything that I may not have asked you or something you may not have covered in our conversation this morning?
No, I mean not as it relates to office furniture that I could think of. It's something that is you know what has been my passion for a lot of years, and I do other things, but when it comes to work, I have a really great team around me that allows me to do what I do and get us to do what we do and support our customers. So,
So I think I heard a vital word in that commentary there. You talked about a team. So, and you can use team internally within your business. We can talk about a team throughout the chamber. So I think it's what I'm hearing you say is that teamwork is essential, and capitalize on those that can assist you with what you do. And you can do the same by delegating stuff to others that can kind of help you as well. So I think through your office, your firm, Office Furniture Solutions, as well as a chamber, there's a way to develop a team to help everyone be successful. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So one last thing, this is your turn to tell us how can we find out more about Phil, your business. So give us everything we need to know. Website, phone, email. How can we contact you?
Sure. Yeah. So check out our website is www.theofs.com, theofs.com. You can find me on LinkedIn, Phil Ramos. You'll find me there. We have our Facebook page, Office Furniture Solutions, is also somewhere you can find us, and on Instagram. We have a TikTok also, and it's Office OFS Furniture Inc. I think is what our TikTok is, or OFS Furniture. So yeah, find us anywhere on there. Love to connect with other business owners in Naperville, and and look forward to meeting with you more, Steve. And
Sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you again, Phil, for your time. We appreciate you sharing your business and life story. It's a fascinating story. Everyone needs office furniture, and don't think office furniture is just in your office building. You could also do it in your home, just to make your working environment comfortable. Just give Phil a call. He'll help you out. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today on Building Better Businesses for another episode here. Um, we have these on a regular basis, and you'll be able to find out more about where other editions are. So thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to having you join us on another edition very, very soon. Take care.